Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna get this live stream underway. I'm only gonna go for about 30 minutes, nothing crazy. But I'm not gonna be around to do the live stream for the members tomorrow, so want to just do a little bit today. And I opened this one up to everyone, so maybe more people will pile in. And we'll see how things get started. It's obviously during the weekday. Let me know how my audio sounds. Give me an audio check. Can you guys hear me okay? And I'll probably be flipping back and forth between this and my trading platform. I just want to make sure. Obviously, I got to keep an eye on my positions as well. But so far, so good. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get started, and we're gonna look at the markets. Obviously, the Fed is had hiked rates, and they're talking tough. They're tanking the markets basically. Let's look at TLT. That's kind of where I want to start. The bonds. There's something going on here, guys. At least today, I see the buyers are stepping in. So on the daily chart, I've got this downtrend line right here on the daily. And if you look at the momentum, we've got bullish divergence there on TLT on the daily. So when I roll up to the hourly, this is kind of that downtrend line right there. We popped yesterday. I thought we had the breakout, or I guess the day before. They fault, that was a fake out on the Fed day. You got to expect those things. It happens. And then, but today you can see, look, we're right back there. Boom, testing. There's resistance right there. So we'll see. You get another breakout, and it's probably the real deal. I don't know if we're going to get it yet, but if we see it, then interest rates are going to start to come down. And the selling will, we're likely coming close to the end of the selling. Now, I do think that we are going to be selling off towards our levels. We're back on QQQ now. I think we're going to be selling off down towards our profit targets. Again, it's right there. I've had it there I've been talking about this level for months. All right there. And it's about 238. So as you can see, boom. Now, look, we're coming into the weekend. They're going to leave everyone probably hoping that these June lows are going to hold right here. I would think we're going to at least get some sort of a bounce. That bounce could come today. But I don't think it's going to hold, guys. That's my gut feeling. All right. Now, if the Fed comes out and we start to hear things from the Fed, then yeah, maybe it'll hold. But I suspect what's going to happen, and this is me just kind of reading the charts in my gut feeling or call it intuition or whatever. But I suspect what's going to happen is, look, we haven't even hit the June lows. They're right down here at about 270, 269. I suspect we head down there. Maybe not today, but we go down there. Maybe you get a little bounce, and then we break. All right. And the bounce is probably going to be pretty small and not last too long. And I think we break and pretty much just have a good size, decent flush. Now, this is a huge drop. So I don't know if there's got to be a bounce likely at some point on the way down here, but I think we drop down and hit these levels. So that's my read on it. Unless things change, I just don't. We have to look for reversals, signs of reversals. Signals that are telling us that this is the low. I'm not seeing it. This morning in the member group, if you guys are on the live stream and you're not a member, I suggest you join up in there. I'm in there, right in the morning, giving you guys my read. This morning, I pointed out that I was taking UVXY, which is it's a leverage volatility thing. For me, it's just a momentum trade. But again, if we're gonna see increased selling and we're starting to see it, then we should see a spike in the VIX, and these things should spike. So this is up 8.5% so far today. At the highs, it was up 10%. And yeah, so that's it. I was in there. I've been in there all morning giving you guys updates. Qualcomm, that was another trade talked about. Yeah, it's holding, but we'll see. I mean, look, we've got a couple hours. It looks like a flag to me. I don't know. We'll see. But Qualcomm, I was in there telling you guys that looks like it's going to break down. So, watch that candle right there. Can they recover it by the end of the day? Maybe. I don't think they will, but maybe they do. I took a little profit, so I stepped into this one yesterday, I believe. I told everyone in the private member group I was shorting it and stepped in, and then I took a little profit off because I was right, obviously, on this thing breaking down. I said, look, it looks like it's going to break down. It's higher risk, but it looks like it's, going to happen. And today, boom, we broke down with the sell signal. Now, day's not over, but I was pretty heavy in that position, and then I just took a little profit just to kind of lock in some gains, lower my risk, things like that, But I still have a good size position in it. Just wanted to lock in a little bit in case they give me a little false breakdown or something like that. Then yeah, I don't want to get out of the trade with no profit. So yeah, that is what I'm thinking. So guys, triple Qs again, 270 ish. The one thing is when I look at the hourly, so this is key for me at least. So look, we keep moving lower and we're really just dropping pretty hard right now. We still have bullish divergence on the RSI. So when I zoom in, there's the RSI. It's still there. All right. But when I look at the PPO, look at that. It's getting taken out. That's basically burned through at this point. So yeah, that's kind of telling to me right there. And I suspect the RSI is going to do the same. Look for more selling into the close. We get more selling into the close, we're going to probably burn through the RSI, and it's going to go down like that. All right, and we will no longer have bullish divergence on the RSI. Someone says fresh sell signal on CVS. We'll take a look at that, see what they got seeing. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could. I see they're probably doing this. They're probably drawing this one out and calling that a fresh sell signal. Yeah, maybe. Hey, thanks, Darth Rib. Appreciate that. I'll get to your question here in a second. Reverse split. Well, that doesn't. I don't know about the reverse. They always reverse split those things. You'll just get splits don't matter, guys. Splits are. You just get this. It's just a math equation, right? You get more shares at less price. Reverse split is reverse split's less shares at a higher price. I believe it is. There's nothing going on there. They have to split those things all the time because they have to decay. So over time, they just continue to decay. So they always split them. It's a short-term trade, that UVXY. I'm not, for me, it's just a momentum trade. I'm looking for a quick sell-off, a kind of a crash, basically, and then the VIX will spike, and I'm going to make my money there and take it. That's it. Hopefully, just a couple days, up to a week or so. So that is what I'm looking for on the hourly, guys. That's key right now, is this divergence, right? So that would be something that just, you want to focus on that. You start to see that divergence get taken out. Now the bulls have nothing to hang on to. All right. They're going to, they got the June lows, but I mean, look, this was a bear market rally. All right. It's obvious now. So look, we're in a bear market. Okay. And each rally has been opportunities to sell the rip. Go back and look at my mid-August videos right in here, okay? I kept talking about how I was getting short, looked like it was the end. Not the exact end to the penny, but in the area, basically. And I was right. It's just, I like to sometimes go back and look at those comments that people give me when I'm taking a position, anticipating the next big move lower, but that move hasn't happened yet in price. So, all they see is bullish price action, and they're just bulls. They're just chasing price action. That's not how you do it. All right. You got to look for the next move. Skate to where the puck's going to be, not to where it is. All right. So now we look, where's the puck going to be next? Well, I think we're going to have probably a pretty swift move down to this level, and this is where we're going to be looking to cover our shorts and probably reverse long, okay? I think we'll start to see bullish divergence showing up down here, and yeah, that's my plan. That's my trading plan right now, guys, so best of luck. Hopefully that works out, and, I'll be there in the member group, doing my best to guide you guys through it. I'm not perfect, so I'm going to get some stuff wrong. Like, let's look at the one, LOY. Today, I closed it today. The reason why is like, I was, everything was selling off pretty hard, and LOY was just like flat. It's just showing relative strength. I don't want to mess with it anymore. So I think I got in right in here, maybe added to it. For me, it was like a small loss, maybe a break-even trade, but it's just not worth playing with anymore. So I freed that up. I closed the short. We'll move on from that one for now. I still like it over the long term. If you're a long-term trader, it has big negative divergence on the daily, so I think it still continues lower over the long term, but it's just holding up right now, so not something I want to mess with. Thanks, OJ. Appreciate that. Yeah, so let's go through some of these trade ideas and these charts at Starbucks. Okay, kind of add support. All right, there, I had that line marked out there, so maybe it holds here. It's probably going to hold here today. And then we got this lower level. I don't know. I might pull this one off and close this trade at the end of the day. We got a chunk of it already, so we'll see. I mean, in the last few days, it's down 8.5% or so. So it's yeah. Sorry, I'm just reading through these comments, and my mind's obviously on the market right now too. So I I'm not as usually when I do the live streams on Saturday, I don't have to think about the market. Tesla. All right, so Tesla is on the daily. You've got this uptrend line. Looks like a sell signal, guys. We got to close the day, okay? But just look for selling. Look for it. As long as the bounces keep getting sold into, and that's what's going on, then this should be a sell signal. And I think it's lights out for Tesla, to be honest. This is one of those ones that has, it's really not that far off of the all-time highs. It's only down 33%. Tesla is like a mania pump stock. Okay, this isn't Apple, all right? This isn't SPY. When I look at Apple, okay, Apple, and I'm sure Apple as well, I think I got a sell signal here. It's not confirmed yet, but I've got a little breakdown candle there. Now, Apple's not going to fall as impulsively, so it's more of a steady eddy, but it still can go down. And what's Apple off of the all-time highs? Apple's down. Yeah, see, Apple's down about 18%. Tesla should be down like 50, 60%. Tesla's more like an ARK Invest stock, okay? And most of those things are just, a dumpster fire. Those things are down 80%. Well, that's where Tesla should be down, in my opinion, at least. So I got this target down here, and I'm sticking with it. I like it down here at 184. Okay. They might try to hold it maybe right in here at 258, but I think it's going to, there might be some choppy action right through here. Okay, that was a big choppy consolidation zone, so you're probably going to get some sort of choppy action, maybe a flag. But that's my target for now, is 184. There's your negative divergence on the daily, so divergent high right there. All right, that's a divergent high. I thought maybe we could pop there, but I wasn't holding out for it. And there's a divergent high right there. So again, that's a sell signal unless they can recover it. All right. That's all I got. Uber, yeah, Uber worked out. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't short this one. My money's another. Yeah, I would. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna go gap fill is what I would say, and probably you got this downtrend, this downtrend line right here to watch. So I think you run. I would just look. Here's how I'd do it. You get close to filling that gap, cover the trade. All right, that's what I would do. Don't let it fill the gap. You don't want to wait for the exact penny. You get, maybe, 24, 25, 25-ish maybe. Looks like a good spot. That's how I would approach it. That trade, look, I mean, it's down 12% and, So you've got gap entry. You mark that out. There's gap entry. You enter the gap, you're probably going to go fill. You get close to filling. That's where I'd cover. In my opinion. Yeah, oil. I mean, look, CEIX. All right, so that one, I covered that one today just because we hit this support. So I figured, all right, we're going to hit support going into the weekend. We probably cover. But I still think it's heading down to this trend line here. So if I see it break that support, then I can reshort it, all right, and cover it down here at this trend line. That's where I think it's going, guys. I am not. So OJ's building a mining position, and I am not, only because I just don't. It's not time yet. GDXJ, SILJ is what this person's doing, which is the silver miners, the junior silver miners, I believe. Pretty speculative for sure. Bullish divergence. All right, you have it. So you've got kind of constructive chart, but we don't have a buy signal. I never buy or sell only on divergence. Okay, if you have divergence, that tells you watch it, but you need that buy signal, guys. So if you're new and you haven't taken my course, I strongly suggest taking it. Yeah, I make some money on it. It's not a lot. It's nice to make some extra money as kind of an additional stream of income, but I priced it so that it's affordable to you guys. Okay, and that's going to give you information that's taken me years to really test, to learn, to test, to confirm, and then to put it into a course for you guys. And I broke it out into multiple concepts. It's not a get-rich-quick day trading course. It's none of that. What it is a way to read the charts, set up your trade ideas, analyze charts, manage your risk, take good risk-reward ratio trades, all the things that basically professionals do. I put that into the course, so that is available if you're interested. It's not gonna, it's not gonna give you the winning trade today. All right, for that, member group might help, or just my videos. And the winning trade today is what I talked about back in August, middle of August. Now's not the time to just jump into shorts. I mean, we're winning. The winning trade today might, is, I'm not teaching day trading, so. But again, that course, check it out. Link in the description below. There's a lot of value there. That's all I can say about that. Ask someone who's taken it. There's a lot of people that have been with me for a while. They've taken the course. They see how the thing's put together, and you'll see how the headlines in the news are written after the fact. It's hilarious. But we'll have a trade set up, and I can say, oh, this looks bullish, and I'm like, it's probably going to go up. And yeah, sure enough. I mean, my wife had a 401k thing that I told her right up in here in August. I said, look, that's probably the end of the bear market rally. I can't get you out in the exact top, that's really tough. But we're in the area, good enough. And yeah, that, triple Qs has dropped 18% from there. So, all right, guys, let me see what else I got for you. I got about 10 more minutes. Yeah, AMD. All right, so AMD is a trade I pointed out. We got some more to go to the downside. I don't know. It might pause today, but look, there's our thin zone, So if I, it's a messy chart, but what I want you to focus on in this one is this thin zone right here. Okay, let me actually, there's a tool that can draw this out, usually rectangle. I think I got it right there. All right, we'll just mark that in green. That's your thin zone. Now look, it's not a trade, it's not an area, it's not objective to take the trade now. Okay, I pointed this trade out in my video. I gave this away to the general subscribership. The private member group knew about it earlier, but now this thing is down from the entry of this. It's down, what, 8%? So I think it's got a little bit more to go, down to 59. All right, we're halfway. Maybe we flag here, okay, and then continue down. Ford. Yeah, Ford's plunging. Bear market rally. My target on Ford is way down here at about 780. That is going to be, if I go to the weekly chart, look, there's your... Ford is actually kind of bullish longer term, but, you know, I think we're heading down here for a back test, all right? So, yeah, down there. Or maybe the pre-COVID highs, but I think we're heading down there. And then we'll see. Yeah, the Fed talks at 2, so we'll see. The Fed's going to come out and talk. I think Jay Powell talks at 2. What I'm going to be watching is the bonds. The bond traders will be all over it when it comes to if there's a Fed pivot, basically. Maybe Jerome Powell is like, oh, great, I'm breaking the markets. Things are going to get horrible. So the bond traders will be on that. And so I'd watch TLT. TLT, you get that buy signal. On the hourly, you get that breakout and that buy signal. That's telling me that the bond traders think he's going to pivot maybe. And so, you know, gold would be the play there. I'm looking, you know, we'll look for breakouts and buy signals on that. But I just don't see that yet. So energy's going down. So here's my thing on energy. Here's the oil futures daily chart. I think we hit down here at 75.40, I think. That's where I think we go. And then what, Nat Gas? I think Nat Gas has got this trend line, this upward trend line here, and I think we're heading down to, you know, it's about 666 or so. I think we're going to hit that, maybe even into the close today. But yeah, energy should go lower. And then XLE, ooh, looks like it's breaking support with a sell signal right there. We'll see how that closes. That looks like a sell signal. You got a little bit of support right down here at 66.86. And then you break below that. There's a trend line right down here. So I would say you could go all the way down to here with a back test down to about 61 or so, depending on when you hit that. That's probably the buy zone, I would think, on energy. If the Fed hasn't pivoted, what I think will happen is I think Qs is going to drop down to our targets. Energy is going to drop down here. As we drop down here, inflation will start to kind of come in a little bit. The Fed's going to pivot. All right, and so when they do that, that's our game plan, at least my game plan, is then to go long the inflation trade again, okay, which would be energy, commodities, gold, you know, probably short dollar, things like that. Let's look at the dollar while I'm talking about it. Dollar futures, look, no weakness, no sell signal. This is brutal, really. Yeah, good time to go to Europe, huh? So yeah, just this uptrend line. We'll watch that. Divergence is still there on the daily. Not, you know, but we can burn through this, so keep an eye on that. You know, if the divergence holds, which I suspect it will, but if it doesn't, then, you know, there's going to be some real problems in the market. Okay, guys, I got 5 minutes, so let me just scan here. Drop me a thumbs up, guys. You know, the channel's not getting enough thumbs up. I need encouragement, you know. I put out, I'm giving you guys an inside look into my brain, basically. Yeah, FSLR. FSLR. This one's trying. They're really trying, but look at that rejection. So we'll see, but I'm looking for more selling today. This one, let me get my little tool back. So bigger picture on this one. Here's your uptrend line on the daily. Negative divergence. All right. We broke with a sell signal, but it was basically just kind of a sideways drift. Today, they gapped it down. Looked like they were going to recover. Okay. One thing is this wick. See that wick, how it kind of recovered, but then failed. The seller stepped in. All right. I think that's it. I think it's lights out. That's my opinion. Look for the end of the day close. Where's this thing close at the end of the day? If we can close below this area, and right now I have it at about 130.40. We close below there, or even more selling is really what you'd want to see. It should be lights out, and we should head right down to this level, 119.50. A little bit of reaction there. But at the end of the day, I think this is going to be a pretty quick, it's going to go like this, man, a little bounce, maybe like that, little bounce, work its way down to fill this gap. Okay, so I'm staying short on this sucker. Maybe I'll even add to it, but it looks good to me. Thanks, guys, for the super chats. TNDM. I don't know. Let me look here. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just kind of working through it. All right, so, you got some support here, obviously. That's your COVID lows. The market cares about that, and you're coming back down to it. So, 45-ish. Give it the benefit of the doubt. I would just say you take that out. You take those lows out, probably going a lot lower. You could have a crash here, and I would just use, when Q's turns the corner, if Q's crashes down to that 238 and then holds and turns the corner, the market's going to turn the corner as well. Another thing that's interesting is I shorted this one today, JPM. It broke some support right there at about 111.90 or 112. And it looks like it's got a little bit of support. I've had this trend line marked out for a while, so maybe you got some support here at 105.04. So we'll see. I'll probably cover that today. And then, yeah. Hey, ENPH, and then I'm going to wrap. Yeah, so likely a gap fill. Negative divergence here on the daily, both of those. You got two gaps, so look for those gaps to fill. You're already really close to filling that gap. Very, very high probability that happens. Then you got a little gap right there. You're probably going to fill that gap. And you've got this potential trend line down here. So I would say you're going to fill these gaps and most likely, come down to this trend line here. And then we'll see. To me, it looks like this had a nice strong uptrend line, and it's you broke. So you're longer term, there's your sell signal. All right. This was a back test or a bear rally. You're probably rolling. You're probably going to roll. But this in the short term, gaps, then you got this. You break that, and bear market, just continuing a bear market, starting a bear market, a lot lower basically. Okay. That's all I have. Guys, that's all the time I have today. So I'm not going to be able to do the live stream tomorrow, just trying to give you guys an input on, how things are looking today and what my thoughts are. So I'll be back on Monday, and I will, join up on the member group if you guys are interested in getting additional market insights. It's kind of like being in these live streams, just it's every day, and I'm just posting my thoughts on things and charts and trade ideas. I can just get my information out in that form a lot quicker. Whereas, when I do the videos, it takes, I have to record it. It's just always behind, basically. So Run looks like more downside. I'll just look at that real quick. Run and look, first solar and run more downside. Okay, run's coming into the 200, so you're probably going to hit that. Maybe you hold there for a little bit, but I think run could obviously head down to this 1237, but the 200 would be the nearest level of support, right about 2854. And then that's all we got. So yeah, join up and I'll catch you guys later. All right, bye.